The Investments, Trade and Industry Ministry has been formally turned over to Lee Kinyanjui by Salim Mvurya, who was moved to the Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports Ministry. CS Mvurya expressed his confidence that his successor would carry on advancing the ministry's goals.
Because Honorable Lee is bringing a very robust profile, having been a governor, a member of parliament, an assistant minister, and he also led very good reforms in NTSA, and therefore I'm very, very confident.
Lee Kinyanjui, who once served as a Nakuru County Governor, is now the fourth CS in the Ministry of Trade after Moses Kuria, who's currently serving as a Senior Economic Advisor for the President, who handed over to Rebecca Miano, current CS for Tourism and Wildlife. From there, Salim Mvurya took over for less than 6 months before the recent reshuffle that saw Lee Kinyanjui land the job as the Investment, Trade and Industry CS.
The fourth CS, it is part of government reassignment and part of, government reorganization. Otherwise, the key priorities of government remain, and we work within the framework of a whole government approach.
All this happening in under 2 years since Kenya Kwanza took over leadership of the country. According to Salim Mvurya, this doesn't point to underperformance of CSs, but a normal reshuffle by the government. Meanwhile, the government is taking another shot at merging state agencies to cut wastage. In what could see up to 130 enterprises affected in the IMF-backed move, the restructuring will see a number of them dissolved.
We made a decision as a cabinet to relook at some of the corporations, and some of them are suggested for merger. And that process is ongoing. I'm sure it will be made public on some of them as, we make progress.
CS Kinyanjui, on his part, noted that there is need for governments to provide tax incentives to the manufacturing companies as a way of attracting more investments in the manufacturing sector.
Issue of pending bills from government, and the other one is creating a predictable taxation regime. And I think this is very important because even before we meet the stakeholders, this has come out very clearly that, you want to know for the next 5 years what sort of tax regime you're going to have.
Even with that, he emphasized that the ministry will not host any sacred cows and everyone will be mandated to pay their taxes.
We are going to ensure that they conform. And on this, there can be no sacred cows. We must ensure that if you're talking about items and products that are critical to the economy, then you must adhere to the standards. And I think that's how we can be able to create a name and a brand around our country.
CS Kinyanjui outlined his plan to review investment policy and other legal frameworks governing investment so that they keep pace with changes occurring in the world, including aligning with tax laws and adoption of AI.
With growing technology, AI and all these other issues, the industries are changing very fast. And therefore it is important that we also help them to adapt and to ensure that they survive through and also continue to offer jobs and create wealth for our country.
He also stressed the importance of prioritizing local manufacturing sector and economic zones in each county.
Asante.
Linda Koskei, K24 TV.